This is a complete web coding development process. It only takes 5 steps to start with an idea and actually launch an app. The first step is to use Google Stitch to design the overall app for the app. The design draft generated by the UI interface can be imported directly. Figma is used to display, review, or do 2C fine-tuning. Step 2. The design draft generated by Stitch is used. AS-Dodo automatically generates the corresponding front-end code. The third step is to use Antigravity on the front-end code. Automatically generate back-end interfaces. Data logic and database structure. Integrate the front and back ends. Generate a fully functional app. Step 4. Host your project code on GitHub for easy version management and subsequent iterative development. The fifth step is to use Resile to deploy the app to the cloud with one click. Make it accessible and used by the outside network using such a web coding process. We can quickly turn an idea into a product that can be launched. And the tools used in this process are basically free.
Here's a quick sponsor message. This AIAPI aggregation platform for domestic and international large models lets you access 500 plus AI model APIs at lower cost and with faster integration. Kling v3 is priced at $0.07, and the NanoBanana 2 costs $0.025 per call. Overall pricing is only 20% to 80% of the official rates, with token costs as low as RMB 0.05 per million. It also offers an online playground, so you can freely use text, image, and video models with unlimited concurrency. If a request fails, you'll be refunded. Just click the link in the video description to go directly there. If you want discounts or run into any issues, join our Discord community for prompt support, or add customer service and send the message 6 for one-on-one assistance. Alright, back to the video.
The cost is very low. This is my process using this web code. Developed an online antelope pet app. Let's take this app as an example to introduce this development process in detail. Let's open Google Private Address first. This is one such AI tool specifically designed to design UI interfaces for apps. Here we can choose to design mobile orders, app, or design a web application on the PC side. Then you can choose the AI model below. This includes GM 2.5 and GM 3, the redesign function. You can refer to the screenshot, or a URL to generate a UI design with a similar style. That is, a function similar to a replica website. Before using Stevens, let's set the privacy permissions. Click on the top right corner and select this privacy notice. Then click on this settings. Then you can see that what is displayed here is the free quota provided by this Stitch. 400 regular credits per day can be used to generate UI designs based on text. And below are the 15 redesign points. It can be used to refer to screenshots or URLs to generate a similar UI design. The data that prompts us below will be used to train Google's AI model. If you don't want your data to be used for AI training, we can uncheck this box by clicking here. Then click Save Changes. Then let's design an online antelope. The pet app model selects Gemini, 3-click. Execution. After the execution is over, you can see that 5 UI pages are generated here. The welcome page corresponds to each other. Pet list page. Pet details page. Adoption application page. There is also a personal information center, and it is also filled with some Merck data. Now these app pages, its text is in English. Let's select all the pages first, and then, in this AI conversation, ask it to change all these characters to simplified Chinese. And this font uses copyright-free quaternary bold. Well, after the execution is over, it regenerated 5 UI pages in all Chinese. We deleted the first 5 English pages. Only this Chinese one is kept. If we want to edit a page, we can click to select it first, then click on this editor. What about this add-a-cot function? It's about adding this page to this AI conversation, editing through natural language. So if you want to make more accurate editing, this function can be used to annotate. For example, this storage classification. We want to keep only this cat and dog classification. Remove the rest. Then you can check the location you want to modify first. Then add the content you want to modify in this comment. Click on the application of this Stitch, and it will be automatically edited. After the execution is completed, you can see that. Now there are only 2 categories, cats and dogs. Let's delete the old UI and select all pages. Then this edit sim function can be used. Edit the theme design style of our app. This includes day-night mode. There is also the color of the theme. For example, we changed it to orange-yellow. You can also select rounded fonts below and click Apply. After the execution is over, you can see that the theme color scheme of this app has been changed to orange and yellow. In Preview, you can choose different devices to preview. This includes mobile phones and tablets. In PC, there is a variation under this Generate. Then it can be used to generate a variation of this UI. That is, regenerate a different design based on the existing UI. Then you can choose the number of generations and the degree of entrepreneurship. It includes 3 levels: high, medium, and low. Then you can also enter some custom commands below. And the parts that want to be redesigned, such as the page layout, body color, then pictures in the app, and so on. We click Generate. Then you can see that after the execution is over, here is a rehash based on the welcome page we already have. 2 different welcome pages were designed for us. We can choose the best one of these 3 pages to use. Then here we still choose the original version. This page is a little better designed. Then the following regenerate is to regenerate a UI design. Finally, this predicted map. This feature can be used to generate a heat forecast map. In this picture, the darker the color, it means that the higher the heat, the more likely it is to attract users. Click and stay. In app development, these locations need to be focused and prioritize optimizing its presentation. The result generated by Stitch is an addition to this UI design diagram. Also includes its corresponding front code. We click on this for more. Then click View Code. You can see that this is the HTML code corresponding to this UI page. Click on this export. You can export Stitch's design draft. For example, exporting to Figma, we can choose this export code. Then copy it here in Figma. We click on this plugin below. Then we choose to use this. Stitch could to Figma plugin to import this design draft. Select the device first, then paste the copied code. Click Generate, and you can see that the design draft has been imported. But this picture is not displayed and needs to be fixed manually. In addition to this Stitch plugin, we can also use this to Figma plugin. Click here and paste the code responsible. Then click Import, select the device. Then perform the import, and then you can see the import effect of this plugin. It's much better, and there is no problem with the layout of this side. In addition to these 2, there's also the easiest way to import. We can copy this UN page directly from Stitch, then go back to Figma and paste directly. But the design draft imported in this way, it is in the form of pictures, cannot be edited directly. Okay, what about the design draft after importing it into Figma? We can then use it to deliver the display review. Or it is possible to do a second fine-tuning. The following download can download the design draft to the local area. Now the design draft is given to us. It is a separate page. That is, they're not related to each other. Then the next step, we use Google iStudio. Based on these design drafts, a front-end app that can respond interactively. That is, organize these independent pages into each other, then integrate into a whole. Let's select all the pages first, and then click More. Click Export again. Select iStudio here. Then click on the following Build with iStudio. This will automatically jump to iStudio and generate code. You can see that what we imported here is 5 UI design drawings. There are also 5 HTML corresponding to them. Here we can select the model and click on Execute. After the real end, let's take a look at this survival app. Then you can see that the clicks are responsive. There's also this page for adoption applications. In testing, if a problem is found, you can let as 99 continue to modify. For example, applying for adoption. There is no button for the next step here. Let's fix this. After the modification is completed, test the input of this adoption information. Then check Agree and click Submit Request. Well, there is no problem with this function. Then, this is a personal message page. Clicking on this message is not responsive. We let iStudio perfect this messaging feature. After the adoption application is approved, send a message here. Well, after the modification is completed, this message notification function will be added. In addition to modifying AI 499 through dialog, it also supports precise modification. Click on this brush. For example, we want to delete the rabbit category. We can add a comment box and select this rabbit. Then fill in the content you want to modify. In addition to comments, arrows can also be added here. For example, let's make this arrow point to this map mode. Then add a text telling I-499 to delete the map pattern. Then we add another box check. Select the geographical location above, and then we add a text. Tell IC Studio that this location only shows the city and does not show the country. In this brush, this function is similar. After the modification is completed, we click on this add to cart corresponding to this. The changes will be synced to the AI conversation. After clicking on the execution end, you can see the one we specify to modify. The deletion was completed as required. Removed this rabbit category. There is also this map mode, and this location is now only shown in the program. That was confirmed to be fine after several rounds of testing and modifications. In the future, our front-end app can be used to carry out the next step. Then there's one thing to note here. This AS.Dodo is not a complete application. It's just a front-end app. We can click on this code to see the generated code. Then you can see the data of these pets are written directly into this code. But in real applications, this data needs to be stored in the database. In other words, AS Studio is used to generate pure front-end web applications. In our app, it needs a back-end service, and it requires a data store. This is because AS Studio cannot be done. So the next step is to generate a back-end interface for this front-end app. There is also back-end data logic and corresponding database structure. Let's click here to download this front-end code. Then let's use Antigravity to generate the corresponding back-end code. Let's import this front-end code first. Then we let it gravity analyze this front code and generate the corresponding post-segment code for it. Realize such a complete app that integrates the front and rear sections. And this data store requires the use of an online Superbase database. Click Execute. What about the use of Antigravity? We covered it in the previous video. If you're not familiar with it, you can take a look first. After the execution is over, this Antigravity will first generate an execution plan for us. It includes technical selection and the database that needs to be configured, arithmetic, technical architecture, and the design of this database table, etc. If confirmed that there's no problem, let's click on this Proceed. Let it generate code according to this plan. After the execution of contact, it will generate a work input file for us to summarize. What exactly is done and how are the parameters configured? How do I start a service? We configure the parameters of these two databases as required. Let's open Superbase first and then create a new project. Click on this setting. Then select this data API to copy this URL. We configure this parameter into this env configuration file. Then click on this API key sub to copy this API key. Add it to the page file as well. Okay. Page after the parameters are completed. Let's create a new data buckle table and open this in it. Circle file. Copy these circles. Then we go back to Superbase and open this circle editor. Then paste the circle we copied and click here to execute. Okay, after direct contact, let's open this table editor. Here you can see these 5 new data sheets. They are the adoption application record form and the collection record form, message notification data sheet, pet information data sheet, containment unit data sheet. There is also a user information data sheet, and some test data has been written inside. Then we execute this imp run startup service. Then open this URL to test the various functions of this app. If you encounter problems, you can let Antigravity continue to modify them. Then we won't show the specific debugging process here. After several rounds of testing and modification, the core function of this online pet connection app is basically no problem. Then pay attention here for the convenience of demonstration. We will only focus on the core functions of this app for now. That is, it includes, for example, carrier registration and carrier login. For example, viewing pet information, applying for adoption, and other functions. Then don't consider other functions for the time being. Let's take a look at the effect of this birthday. On this app page, we click to log in, then register an account first. Enter the username, email password, click register. After successful registration, it will automatically log in. Note that there is no verification email address here. A verification function can be added later. After logging in, here is this pet information list. Click on this pet to view the details of this pet. This includes his weight, age, Health conditions. What if you're satisfied? We can click on the one below to apply for adoption, and then fill in the adoption information. Check the box on Agree and click Submit Application. Well, the application has been submitted. Take a look at this news notice. Then here he will send us a message notification. After the subsequent application is approved, message here to notify us as well. Let's open a source-based database and take a look. Then, this is the data of the user who just registered. And this is the record of the adoption application just submitted. The status of the application is currently pending. That is, waiting for review. Then this message is the message notification sent. In the Personal Center, it is displayed. We now have a 0 Asia application under review. Well, no problem with the test. In the future, then the next step is to host the project code to GitHub. This facilitates version management and subsequent iterative development. If you're familiar with Git, you can do it manually. It's okay if you're not familiar with Git. We can let AI do it. Tell the AI the requirements, and it will guide us on how to do it. Let's first execute this set of commands to initialize this Git repository. Then execute git add and then git commit the changes. Next, follow this instruction to create a new project on GitHub and enter the project name. Then add a project description. This visibility is public. Then click Create. Once created, copy the SSH URL of this project back to Antigravity. Send this URL to AI. It will automatically push the code to GitHub. Let's go back to GitHub and take a look. You can see that this code has been pushed up. So the next step, let's deploy this app to the cloud. We chose to use Vercel for free deployment. Vercel gave us some free credits. Specific parameters can be found here. Note that our app cannot be deployed to GitHub pages because it is not a static web application. We click on this add, then select Add a Project. Then click Install to install a versatile plugin on GitHub. Click on this Install. Then click Continue. You can see that these are our GitHub projects. It has been read to Vercel. We import this project to take advantage of Pets Online. The previous two frameworks and root directories are conservative defaults. Then fill out the service. The build command imp run build output path uses DST. Then install the dependent command we use imp install. Then configure the parameters of the previous two data processes. Then click on this deploy and you're good to go. What about these parameters if you don't know how to configure them? We can make AI based on our projects. Code to generate a copy of the deployment of Vercel. Documentation. Then follow the operation. Now, after the service is successfully deployed, we click to jump to this console. This is the service URL assigned to us by Vercel. If you have a domain name, you can also click here to bind your domain name. Open this URL, and you can see that there is no problem with this service. Now this app has been deployed to the cloud. Anyone can defend our services through this web address. Next, let's experiment with a management backend. The main role of the service management backend includes information about entering pets. There is also the approval of the user's application for filing. This operation process is basically similar to the previous one, so we will not demonstrate it anymore. Directly look at the effect of production. We launch this service locally. Then open this page of the admin backend. Pay attention to this management background. If it is only for personal use, we cannot receive it in the cloud. It is also possible to run it directly on your own computer. This is a dashboard, including the total number of pets, pets that can be led, pets that have been adopted, etc. Then there is the pet list. Click here to edit the information of this pet. Then enter a pet information, and finally the adoption application record. This is where the user's adoption application can be approved. As we can see in the previous adoption application, it has been approved here. Okay, then by matching this app and this management background, we can achieve a complete pet chain process. Click below to demonstrate the effect. First of all, we are on the mobile phone. Use the Vercel URL to open this service page. Click Login. Then use the account we registered earlier and log in. As you can see, there are only 2 pets that can be adopted now. We are in the admin background to enter a new pet information. Enter your pet's name, weight, age, and more. These information. This breed is chosen Labrador. Then upload a picture of this pet. Then fill in the description, information, characteristics, and tags of this pet. There is also health information, and then click Save. Okay, after the entry is completed, we open this list of pets in this key background. Then you can see that this is the data of this Labrador just entered. This pet picture is stored later in order to use Superbase. We click on the storage, and then in this path. Then you can see that this is the photo of the pet just uploaded. Then let's refresh it on the app side. You can see the newly added information about Labrador displayed. We click to open it. Here you can see the specific information about your pet. Then we click on the adoption application below and fill in the adoption information. Then check this consent and click Submit Adoption Application. That is after the adoption is passed here in the message center. Send us a message here. We went back to the management background and opened this support application. Then click here to approve this Labrador's adoption application. Alright, after approval, this Labrador is no longer allowed to apply for adoption for others. And on this app, we also receive the news of the adoption pass. Then challenge this pet list page. You can see that this information about the Labrador is also automatically moved from the app. In addition to this, can prevent others from applying for adoption a second time. The whole process is basically problem-free. Then such a complete pet power process, even if it is completed, improve other functions. This app can be officially launched. Okay, that's about the webkitting process. We have finished introducing this process. We can quickly implement an idea into one truly usable app from design and development to launch. The whole process is very efficient and the tools used are free. The cost is very low. If you're interested, you can give it a try. Finally, thank you for watching and liking, and support us to see you in the next video. Thank you.